In 2022 alone, 181,000 people left the Netherlands. So why would anyone even consider leaving the Netherlands, especially those that are already Dutch, okay?
If just for a minute.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hi, my name is Josephine. I'm a YouTuber based in the Netherlands, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back, okay? Thank you for all your support. It means so much to me, okay? So in today's video, we're going to be talking about a topic that I feel a lot of people do not address, okay? I feel like in the news here in the Netherlands, you always hear about immigration, people migrating, moving into the Netherlands, but it doesn't seem to be so much talking about emigration. That's people actually leaving the Netherlands. So in this video, we'll be having a little chit chat as to why anyone would even consider leaving the Netherlands, okay? If you have left the Netherlands, okay, do let me know right now in the comment section, why did you leave, okay? And if you're Dutchy, do let me know why you think anyone would ever consider leaving the Netherlands, okay? So without further ado, let's get on with this video. It's interesting to know that in 2022 alone, 181,000 people left the Netherlands, okay? And this is about 2% more than the number in 2021. So yeah, you would wonder, why would anyone even consider leaving the Netherlands, especially those that are already Dutch, okay? At the end of this video, guys, I'll be reacting to a video by a YouTuber called, wait a minute, Nicole van der Hoeven, okay, where she talked about her experience in the Netherlands and why she decided to leave the Netherlands after spending more than 5 years, okay? From my research, okay, the number one reason that I saw why people actually leave the Netherlands is the high cost of living. The Netherlands is not a particularly cheap country to live in, okay? It is the 6th most expensive country in the EU. And to be honest, since last year, due to the Russian-Ukraine war, there has been an even more increase in the cost of living. This is one of the major reasons that people gave for leaving the Netherlands. They just felt that the country had become too expensive for them to afford. Now, the next reason why people leave the Netherlands, especially for those people who immigrated into the Netherlands, maybe for work or for love or as students or something, one of the major reasons that they gave why they left eventually was that they missed their own home, okay? I feel like one of the most underrated things that expats do, or people or immigrants do, is that when they're moving to a new country, you know, you want to forget home because there is a reason why you're moving away from home in the first place. But you guys know the adage that says there is no place like home. I feel like once you've experienced a different culture and once you've experienced different people, it's also very easy for you to say, you know what, yeah, I've experienced something different, but my home is actually not that bad, right? Now, another reason why people left the Netherlands in 2022 was because of the housing crisis. Already, to be able to get social housing in Netherlands is already like a whole bunch of hassle, and in recent years people have to wait up to 10, 12, 15 years to be able to get access to social housing. It's actually estimated that in order to solve the housing shortage in the Netherlands, the government have to build a total of 845,000 homes to be able to solve the housing shortage. And even with that, okay, there is still no guarantee that this will solve the challenge because there is still increase in population due to migration. So housing is a big issue. Another main reason why people left the Netherlands was that they had a better opportunity in another country, say within the EU or outside of the EU. I feel like as an immigrant, the hardest move to make is that first move. The moment you move from that your home country to another country, it's always easier to move to other countries as well, especially when you're not satisfied or if you have a better opportunity. And that was also one of the reasons why people left. So people felt that, you know, people had better opportunities elsewhere and they decided, you know what, I've moved before, I might as well move again, right? Okay guys, so if you're enjoying this video so far, this would be the best time to give me a thumbs up and please subscribe to the channel, okay? Okay guys, so the last reason that I want to address in this video before playing the video by Nicole is that some people have left the Netherlands because even after spending a good number of years in the Netherlands, they still do not feel accepted and they still do not feel Dutch, okay? I think this reason is particularly interesting, especially for people who moved to the Netherlands, you know, have tried to integrate into the society, have learned Dutch, have been able to renounce their citizenship and even gotten a Dutch passport. Yet they have lived in the Netherlands and they still feel like they are not welcome, they are not Dutch, okay? And they still have people, you know, maybe in any small altercation telling them go back to your country, or if you don't like it, go back home. It's like their opinions is never like accepted as though they were Dutch. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm going to play this video by Nicole and react to it so that you guys can, because this was also her experience and she stated that this was one of the main reasons why she decided to leave the Netherlands after 5 years, even after acquiring Dutch citizenship. So yeah, let's watch this video together.
You're either Dutch or you're not Dutch, and there's no in between. This was our first view of Maastricht. About 5 years ago, my husband Rob and I came here for a vacation for a month to the Netherlands, and we loved it so much that we decided to move here. We sold everything or gave away everything that we had in Australia, and within 2 months of our vacation, we moved here for good.
Very interesting because she started her video with you're either Dutch or not Dutch, there is nothing in between. And this is a very, very deep statement or interesting statement, especially for someone who migrates to a new country and wants to adapt and be part of that culture. In this video, she states clearly that she and her husband moved from Australia to Maastricht here in the Netherlands.
Maastricht in the Netherlands is my new home and has been for the last 5 years. I came here on a skilled migrant visa, and actually I could have chosen to go to any city in the Netherlands. I chose Maastricht because I wanted the real Dutch experience.
Yeah guys, I just wanted to point out, in case you're wondering where is Maastricht, okay, I'm going to put a map of the Netherlands and I'll show you where exactly Maastricht is, okay. Maastricht is not in the Randstad area, so it's not one of the most popular locations that, you know, immigrants would typically go to. So that's why I would assume that she said she wanted the real Dutch experience.
This is Douwe Egberts. This is Dadawan. This is bomb ass burritos. This is burgerlijk. This is Luna Rasa. Quattro Mori. Mogete. The language is a big part of why I came here. Ik kon Nederlands al spreken toen ik hier kwam. That was actually why I got the job, because I could already speak Dutch. When I told them that it was my intention to eventually get citizenship here, they said that I shouldn't get to be able to keep my Dutch citizenship and my other citizenships, which are from the Philippines and from Australia.
Okay guys, so from what I understand, just a little bit of context here as well. She said she can speak Dutch, so that was the reason why she got the job in the first place. I don't know how she learned Dutch because she's mentioned she has 2 citizenship, Philippines and Australian. I know that these 2 countries, they don't speak Dutch, so I don't know how she learned to speak Dutch, but from what she said, she already could speak Dutch before moving to the Netherlands, which is quite impressive if you ask me.
This is the street that we lived on for almost a year. We didn't have the best first experience. Our landlady was very judgmental. Essentially, she made it so that it was such an unpleasant experience that we actually ended up paying 4,500 euro to get out of that lease early. This is one of the main streets of Maastricht. This is where all of the parades happen. So even after we eventually moved out of our apartment, we would still come back here to celebrate holidays like Carnaval or Koningsdag or a variety of parades that have come by here. We really wanted to celebrate everything that there is to celebrate in Dutch culture. We did end up buying a new house. A few days later, almost 2 years after we'd first gotten into the Netherlands, the tax arrangement that I was on as a skilled migrant was shortened from 7 years to 5.
Yeah, I just wanted to put out there, I think for those that are not very familiar with what she said about the tax arrangement. So listen guys, there is something called the 30% rule, and this is like a benefit that you get if you're a skilled migrant moving to the Netherlands and you've never lived in the Netherlands before. So this means that 30% of your salary is not taxed, okay? The Netherlands introduced this to be able to, of course, attract highly skilled migrants, but also to help highly skilled migrants accommodate the cost of moving into the Netherlands. So it's really a nice scheme. I benefit from the 30% rule, so I think it's really nice. She mentioned here that when she moved to the Netherlands, this scheme was to be available for migrants for the first 7 years of them moving to the Netherlands, but 2 years after she moved, this was shortened to 5 years. Okay, when I moved to the Netherlands, it was already 5 years, but I did hear that it used to be 7 years and they reduced it. Okay.
One of the best parts about Maastricht is how multicultural it is. It's 3 kilometers from Belgium and about 30 kilometers from Germany. So walking down the street, you can hear Dutch, the local dialect of Dutch Maastricht, and also French and German, and a little bit of English here and there. This is the town hall. This is where I officially became a Dutch citizen. But it wasn't that easy. I really think that I can feel equally Filipino, Australian, and Dutch, and I don't feel like I have to choose. And whether or not people agree, I feel Dutch. But it would be nice if they agreed. One particular incident of note happened a couple months ago when my husband and I were just playing Pokemon, and there was a guy that came out. Apparently he thought we had gotten too close to his house or something, but was very aggressive about it. And that confrontation ended with him saying, well, if you don't like it, then go back home. When you do all these things and you have these experiences, the reality is that you're just not going to feel like you belong. While I don't regret any of the experiences that we've had here, I think it's time to move on. In the next few months, my husband and I will be moving to another country, and we don't know what's going to become of our house here in Maastricht.
Wow guys, I really enjoyed this video. First of all, I really think that her video was quite interesting, really short, straight to the point, and she stated her point very clearly. I decided to share this video because I wanted you guys to at least hear from someone who has had an experience and hear from them how they felt or what they experienced here in the Netherlands. Obviously, I don't want to generalize. I don't think that everyone or every immigrant in the Netherlands feels the same way that Nicole feels. But it's really important to pay attention to what she has said. From what she has said, like she learned the language, she learned how to speak Dutch. She even became a Dutch citizen after 5 years and got her passport. She bought a home. So for her, she has done what she feels she needed to do to be a part of the Dutch culture. So for her to have an altercation with someone who is maybe Dutch, and then the person still tells her, like, if you don't like it, then go back home, it still brings that feeling of, okay, I've done all these things, you know, I've done everything that would help me integrate. I've integrated, like, I'm Dutch, you know, I own a Dutch passport, but why do you still not see me as one? Okay, why are you telling me to go back home as though, you know, this is not home? And to be honest, some people might just, you know, ignore and just move on and they will not be bothered. But this type of attitude or this type of behaviors, especially from some Dutchies, could actually make someone to up and leave. And I just feel like people need to be a bit more sensitive. People need to be a bit more smart. People need to really understand that it's not just words. What you say to people matter, and you should be, just because you're angry doesn't mean that you have the right to say anything to anyone, right? Like, if you know that you wouldn't say it to a typical Dutchie, don't say it to someone who you think is a foreigner just because of the maybe how the person looks or whatever. Because if the person already speaks Dutch, if the person already has a Dutch passport, the person already bought a home in the Netherlands, the only thing that could give the person away could be the person's looks. That's my opinion. Or maybe the person's accent. That could be the only two things that could give the person away. So like having that attitude as a Dutchie towards someone you think doesn't look typically typically Dutch is really not nice. It's really terrible, to be honest. I also do know a few people that if they had experienced it, they wouldn't mind, but where they have the highest blow is when it comes to their children. For instance, for me, if someone tells me to go back to my country and says it 100 times, I promise you, I don't give a hoot, okay? Why? Because, you know, personally, I've experienced a different culture. I've lived outside the Netherlands for 23 years. So maybe I might be able to, you know, adapt to it. I might be able to swallow it. But if someone says that to my child, right? If someone says that to Jason, it would hit differently. Why? Because my son was born here. He grew up in the Netherlands. And probably like most of the culture that he would know, at least for the time being, would be the Dutch culture. So if someone told him to go back to his country, it would just be a harder pill to swallow than if someone told it to me. And I've seen, you know, children of immigrants who were born in the Netherlands and all of that experience this type of, you know, statements or this type of discrimination, and it's really annoying. Okay, I'm going to end this video here, guys. Okay, I feel like it's already too long. Okay, do let me know in the comment section if you migrated out of the Netherlands. So if you emigrated from the Netherlands, do let me know what your reasons were. Why did you leave? Why did you ever consider leaving this beautiful country? Would you ever consider coming back as well? And also, if you're Dutchy, do let me know in the comment section what you think. Yeah, what do you think about these points that I've given as the reason why people leave the Netherlands? Do you think it's going to get better? What is your opinion regarding this? I'm really curious to know. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and please consider subscribing. It will mean so much to me. Thank you guys once again, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.